You might be asked how an electric motor functions. So if you're asked to sketch a DC motor and you're asked to explain how electrical energy can be converted into rotational or mechanical energy, then the diagram you draw has to include three components. It has to include magnets, permanent magnets, a coil or at least a loop, and a DC power supply. So let me show you what that would look like. So your magnet would look something like this. It doesn't really matter how it's drawn as long as you have a north pole and a south pole. So let's put north here and a south here. So you've got a magnetic field that's going this way. This is the direction of your magnetic field. All right, so we should draw lots of arrows, but that's just going to confuse the diagram. You also need a coil, and the easiest way to do that is to draw a rectangle. So you have something like this, and the coil has to end with some kind of a brush or some kind of a commutator connected to a brush, and the brush would be connected to a circuit, and the circuit would have a switch and a, let's call it an EMF. Okay, so you've got a battery, you've got a switch, and you've got a current. The current would always travel from the positive to the negative. So the current, let me show you the direction of the current. The current would travel this way, and then it would travel through the coil and then back this way. So if you use your left hand rule, your second finger will be the direction of the current, and you'll see that the direction of the force or the motion will be upwards for this leg and downwards for this leg, and you can label this as force, which results in motion. So you've got permanent magnet. Let's label these things. I think it's important these have labels. So these are permanent magnets, and it's important that these are opposite. So you've got a north and a south, or a south and a north. You need to have a coil or loop of a conductive material like copper. You need to have a DC power supply, and you need to have brush and commutator. Okay, so that should be enough to explain the operation of a DC motor.